Welcome back, my dear students. Exams are so close, right? I know you're all studying so hard. So let's do a super quick and easy revision of a very important chapter, Factors of Production. I promise, by the end of our little session today, all the main ideas will be crystal clear in your head.
Just take a look around you right now. Seriously. The clothes you're wearing, the phone you're probably watching this on, even the lunch you had today. Have you ever stopped to think, how does all this stuff get made? What's the secret formula?
To make this whole thing really simple and fun, let's follow a little story. It's about a lovely woman named Ratna and her dream of opening a restaurant called Pause Point. If you understand her journey, trust me, you'll understand this entire chapter.
Now, listen, Radna couldn't just snap her fingers and poof, a restaurant appears. No way, right? She needed a proper place for it. She needed money, for all the kitchen things. She needed cooks and waiters. And most importantly, she needed a fantastic idea and a solid plan. Keep these 4 things in your mind, okay? They are super important.
All right, so here's our game plan. We'll quickly see what production even means. Then we'll look at the 4 main ingredients. We'll also talk about the power of people, the boss who brings it all together, and finally, how they all team up. So let's jump right in.
So, first things first, what exactly is production? Don't worry, it's not some complicated word. It's simply the secret recipe for making anything. It's the whole process of mixing different things together to create something new and useful.
And what are the ingredients in this secret recipe? Ta-da! Here they are! The 4 magic ingredients, or what economists call the factors of production. Say it with me. Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. Please write these down. They are the heart and soul of this chapter.
Okay, now let's be detectives and look at each one of these 4 ingredients very closely.
All right, so the first factor is land. Now, when we say land in economics, it's not just about a piece of ground. No, it's a much bigger idea. It means everything that nature gives us for free. Think about it. The water in our rivers, the minerals deep in the earth, the forests, and yep, even the air and the sunlight. All of that is land.
Just look at this tea factory. Of course, the building itself is sitting on a piece of land. But the main thing it needs, the tea leaves, where do they come from? They also grow from the land using the soil and the sunshine. See, the factory is using land in 2 different ways right here.
Okay, let's go back to our friend Ratna. For her restaurant, Pause Point, what was the land? It was that specific spot she rented on the highway. That physical location was her natural resource. Simple, right?
Okay, next up we have labor and capital. Labor is pretty straightforward. It's the work that people do, both with their bodies like a carpenter making a chair, and with their minds like a software engineer writing code. And then there's capital. This is all the man-made stuff used to make other things. It includes money, for sure, but also physical things like machines, tools, and the factory building itself.
And here's a perfect example of capital. Look at this food processing plant. All those big machines, the conveyor belts, that's all physical capital. They help the workers, the labor, to get so much more done, so much faster.
So, for Ratna's restaurant, what was her labor? Well, it was all the people working there. Her chefs, the waiters, the cleaning staff. And her capital, that was the loan she took from the bank and all the things she bought with that money. The stove, the fridge, the tables, the chairs. See how it's all fitting together like a puzzle?
But you know what? People are so much more than just labor. They have something amazing inside them. Their brains, their skills, their knowledge. And this brings us to a super important concept for your exams, human capital. So, what's the big difference between labor and human capital? Listen carefully. Labor is just the effort, the work itself, but human capital is the quality and the skill behind that work. Let me give you an example. Anyone can be told to dig a ditch. That's labor. But it takes an engineer with special knowledge to design the whole drainage system so the water flows perfectly. That special knowledge is human capital.
So, how does a country like ours build strong human capital? There are 2 main ways. First, through good education and training, exactly what you are getting in school right now. And second, by making sure everyone is healthy. A healthy mind lives in a healthy body, right? A healthy person can learn better and work much more effectively.
Okay, so we have land, labor, and capital. But imagine these 3 things are just sitting there. They can't do anything by themselves. They need a captain for the team, a director for the movie, a mastermind to bring them all together. And that mastermind, my dear students, is our fourth and final factor, the entrepreneur.
You know, great entrepreneurs like the legend J.R.D. Tata, they don't just think about making crores of rupees. They think bigger. They think about building our nation. He believed that businesses must also help society. And what a beautiful thought that is. And in our little story, who is the entrepreneur? It's Ratna, of course.
An entrepreneur is like a superhero with special powers. They're the ones who spot a problem or a need. They are brave enough to take risks with their own time and money. And they are the magicians who combine land, labor, and capital to create something new and valuable for everyone, just like Ratna did with her restaurant.
Excellent work, everyone. Now that we know all four factors, let's switch gears. It's exam time. We're going to practice a question that pops up in exams very, very often, so get your thinking caps on.
Okay, pay very close attention now. This is a classic question. The question is, how does human capital differ from physical capital? If you can answer this properly, you are guaranteed to get full marks for it.
Here's how you write the perfect answer, point by point. First point, human capital, that's the knowledge in your brain, is intangible. You can't touch it. But physical capital, like a machine, is tangible. You can touch it. Second, and this is a key point, human capital grows with more training and experience. The more you learn, the more valuable it becomes. But physical capital depreciates. It gets old, it wears out, and its value goes down over time. Just remember these two big differences, tangible versus intangible, and growing versus depreciating.
So, to wrap it all up, just think of production like a game of cricket. You need the ground to play on. That's land. You need the players. That's labor. You need the bat and ball. That's capital. And you absolutely need a smart captain to lead the team. That's the entrepreneur. Only when they all work together perfectly can you win the match and create something wonderful. And before we go, I have a little question for you, my brilliant students. You are all building your own human capital right now by studying so hard. But if you could learn one brand new skill, anything, maybe coding, or how to speak confidently in public, or even a new language, what would you choose and why? Think about it. I am so proud of all of you. Keep up the amazing work and all the very best for your exams. You are going to do fantastically, I just know it.